If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Do you want to officially invite Charlie into our business?
We initially started off as a window cleaning business. I started it from scratch, or knocking people's doors saying, do you need a window cleaner with a squeegee and a bucket?
Addiction is really interesting. You could have twin sisters. One would say, I'm an alcoholic because my mother's an alcoholic. And one would say, no, I don't drink because my mum's an alcoholic. One way or the other. That's really interesting.
I took on the responsibility of bringing up my two little sisters. It's a very sort of turbulent, traumatic childhood as growing up. I think you use all of that, build a lot of resilience within you.
We didn't really acknowledge all the madness going on because there was a lot of mad stuff going on, especially coming from his house. Fires down the end of the road, fires around the back. They were getting evacuated early hours of the morning. It was just a lot of weird stuff going on.
What do you think about Morocco?
Unreal. Different world, amazing culture, nice people.
The motherland, bro.
How did you manage to defeat the traumatic experiences in your life and become the person you are today? How did you manage to do that?
Say that again.
I want my best friends to be smart, intelligent, in good shape. I consider my best friends an extension of me.
You're going to see me on some days where I'm just like, snap. Like, boys, I just need to get this done. Let's fucking sort it out.
One road separating us from the estate.
So we're not the estate boys.
So we're not the estate boys.
Okay. So welcome to the episode of The Brief. Charlie Perrin, he's going to be our episode today. Nice.
Straight
into it. No
Door
messing around,
closed,
bro.
straight in.
We haven't got time. We're busy guys.
That's it.
How do you feel?
Yeah, good.
Good, man.
Good. Excited.
So you've seen our content, you've seen what we're trying to do, what we're trying to achieve on The Brief, what we're trying to do right now. So I wanted to start it with a little African proverb, which I think is relevant for you at the moment because you've just come back from Morocco with us, right?
True.
So before I do the proverb, before I tell you what it is, what do you think about Morocco?
Unreal. Different world, amazing culture, nice people, amazing food.
Motherland, bro.
Just, yeah. I'm just getting flashbacks.
Good. Yeah, it's a good time. It's a big highs and lows.
Flashbacks of you thinking you're Colin McRae off-roading.
Not good. I get excited quick.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah.
They're probably going to watch this.
Yeah.
They're going to be upset. Yeah. We don't want them to know. We don't want them to know what we did to that car. And Ryan, what did you think of it?
It definitely wasn't like what I expected.
It's interesting. So what were you expecting?
I told you. I expected it to be.
What do you know?
I expected it to be like Egypt, but it was nothing like it.
So you've done Egypt twice.
Yeah.
And Morocco compared to Egypt?
It's levels above it.
Really?
Levels above it.
Oh,
unless you get down and dirty with Morocco a little bit, it's very much the same. But when you go to, there's not really high-end areas in Egypt like there are in Morocco. It's not the same. Like they do have a good standard, but then they have a really bad standard. Whereas Morocco's got like a really, really high standard and they don't have that.
So it's your first, it's second time, third time actually in Africa. And there's a lot of investment opportunity there at the moment. They're obviously hosting AFCON, I think pretty much now. And then they're hosting the World Cup in 2030.
They're also doing the Women's World Cup there in Morocco in 2020 now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of investment opportunity in Morocco, so I'm glad that you've all managed to kind of experience that, so that's good. And then the proverb that I wanted to pitch to you, Charlie, for The Brief, this episode, it's very famous. You already know that it's, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. I think that's quite relevant for what we're trying to do. So do you want to officially invite Charlie into our business or pitch our business?
Me?
Yeah, go ahead.
So we have started a new company called Direct Trades and we would like to do it as a team. And we think by bringing Charlie in would create that brotherly bond that we could create a business that would, go in the right direction.
So you've been pretty successful with your business. Do you want to give us a quick introduction into what that is, why it started? I'd like to know. It's quite niche.
Yeah.
To be honest, so I'd like to know why, how.
Yeah. So I started the window cleaning business about 3 years ago. We initially started off as a window cleaning business, offering obviously window cleaning services. I started it from scratch. So door knocking people's doors saying, do you need a window cleaner with a squeegee and a bucket?
Wow.
So no sort of investment really. Built that up over the course of 2 or 3 years. Obviously, as you know, sold that chunk of that side of domestic window cleaning off, reinvested that into more equipment, cherry picker machines, pressure washing machines, more vans, so we can expand our services in the local area. During that time, I did notice a gap in the market where window cleaners just weren't reliable, weren't providing the quality that they should be. Not even little things like not let customers know that the day before that we're going to be turning up, just little things there. So I think that's why the business grew so quickly and it was so successful because of our reputation and getting those recommendations and things like that.
I think you're selling yourself short.
and also there's another thing here is when you actually first started this business, you were not keen. You weren't, like, initially I came around your dad's house when you were there, and you had just bought your white van and kept cutting out. Do you remember?
And it blew up.
And I come into your dad's house and I was like, mate, you got this in the bag. I was like, you got this. He's like, I don't know about this, mate. I was like, mate, trust me, put your ball into it, and here you are today, mate.
Yeah. Facts. Very true.
So the whole window cleaning situation, and then you transformed what that was into what the business is called today, which is called
Pristine clean exteriors.
And then you're now essentially just cleaning at the exteriors of buildings.
Yeah, so
roofs.
Yeah, roof cleaning, gutter cleaning, pressure washing. If it's outside, we can clean it. Just give it to me. If it's dirty and it's outside, we can clean it. But yeah.
And would you say when did you launch that?
So the business from the beginning,
yes,
that had been 3 years ago.
So you've been training for 3 years.
Yeah.
And then in the space of how long until you sold window cleaning?
So that would have been like 2.5 years. So May is when we done the transaction this year.
Yeah.
So however, that was probably May, June, July, August, October. So
essentially you built this business.
Yeah.
Bricks and mortar, no budget, shoestring budget. So we're talking real, spit and sawdust here, knocking on people's doors with a squeegee in your hand, ready to go. And now you've got this kind of, I'd say, miniature empire here where you have a lot of machinery, you've got multiple vans on the road, you've got the cherry picking, etc., which, most people don't in your position of 3 years. It's a 40, 50 grand investment, right? Yeah. So you've gone pretty aggressively at this. And then obviously we had our business at the time, which was Southwest Contractor Group. You two, Ryan and Charlie, you both have a very long childhood story. Do you want to tell me a bit about that and how because I jumped into Ryan's life 5 years ago. Yeah. You two knew each other from pretty much from day one, right?
Age of 3.
And then there was a kind of a bit of a distance period.
Not until later on. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't until we were like 20. How old were we, Charlie, when that happened? Just a
distance period.
Yeah, we didn't really speak too much. It was
it's when you moved into your new place. Or was it when you was in Upton?
I don't think it was a long period of time, though. I don't know how long it was, but it feels like that didn't even happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is normal with friends that have so much history as much as you do.
But we were actually next door neighbours. We lived next to each other right up until I was 20 when I left the house, or 19, 20, something like that.
So whereabouts in Port where was that?
We lived in Rossmore.
Fair.
Yeah, just off Rossmore in a road called Pembroke.
And what was that like? I know Pembroke.
To be fair.
It's one road separating us from the estate.
So we're not the estate boys.
Okay. So then, obviously we spoke about your pastoral childhood. Yeah. Charlie, what was yours like? Was it similar to Ryan's in terms of...
my childhood? So obviously brought up with a lot of domestic violence, ended up in refuges and things like that. Mum had agoraphobia, and so I took on the responsibility of bringing up my 2 little sisters, which is all good. Obviously, stepdad brought us up as well. So very sort of turbulent, traumatic childhood as growing up. But I think you use all of that builds a lot of resilience within you. And I think you translate that into...
I think you were already very, very resilient. You never really showed any signs of it. Until you acknowledged it and you had your own children and you got older. That's when you see all those issues more.
Yeah.
I feel like you dealt with your things, like your problems probably better than most.
Yeah. You got an option, haven't you? You can go down that road or down that road. You can channel it into alcoholism and drugs, or you can channel it into business.
Don't get me wrong, mate. You were doing some mad stuff, but not anything that anybody wasn't really doing anyway.
Yeah, true. And that was sort of in the earlier sort of chapters. Now, the last few years is completely different, isn't it?
Addiction's really interesting. You could have twin sisters. One would say, I'm an alcoholic because my mother's an alcoholic, and one would say, I don't drink because my mom's an alcoholic.
Yeah.
So it's one of the exactly you say, one way or the other. That's really interesting. What the point I'm making here is that you both had traumatic and, as you say, turbulent childhoods. Yeah. But you live next door to each other, so you were kind of witnessing that together.
Yeah, but it was like we never really acknowledged that. We still enjoyed our life as children.
That's all you know.
Yeah, we didn't really acknowledge all the madness going on, because there was a lot of mad stuff going on, especially coming from his house. There was early hours of the morning, just someone's pulling up outside of the car hollering some stuff. It was a bit weird. And then we had a lot of fires down our road, didn't we, Char? Fires down the end of the road, fires around the back that were getting evacuated early hours of the morning. It was just a lot of weird stuff going on.
So what was something that was happening regularly that you thought, for example, if you were to compare that to today, all three of us are fathers, something that was happening regularly in your life that would never happen today.
For me,
one thing.
For me personally, being left alone very young as children.
How old are we talking?
I was probably about 4 years old.
Being left alone by who? Your parents?
So I was 4. My brother was 6 and my sister was 8. And my sister would be the one looking after us. You probably recall that, right? My mum would go to work and it would be my sister looking after me and my brother.
Fine.
So that was really what I remember of that situation.
Would you ever let your children?
Never in a million years.
Strange, that isn't it? How that would happen. It's not.
I couldn't even run around the block and leave my kids.
Yeah,
in the house. I couldn't do it. 100%. I couldn't do it.
Bro, when I leave my children in my car, I got to go run into the shop quickly to the store to get them out and put them back in.
But I don't know how I feel now back then about that situation.
Your eyes are obviously much more wide.
It's such a weird situation to be in.
That would have been normal for you.
It was so normal.
It's only now as you get older and you think.
Think about it. My mum used to go to work from, she won't mind me talking about this anyway because she knows. My mum used to go to work from 6 till 6. So that's 12 and a half hours just to have kids at home on their own. Yeah,
that's outrageous. But the point I'm making here is, why was that okay there then? And why is it not okay now?
Even though I don't know, but I feel like people have maybe woke up towards that whole babysitter situations and getting somebody to look after your kids and all that. I don't think people are really doing that now. I don't know if that's really a thing. Maybe a nanny, but you're paying for the nanny.
Yeah, it's not acceptable.
Calling up your mate to come look after your kids.
Outrageous.
I don't really know if that's a thing anymore.
Bro, I struggle with some certain family members looking after my children. Do you know what I mean? I struggle with that. Do you know what I mean? I do, bro.
I'm thinking about what you're saying, man.
I got to be vetted. You have to be vetted. I need to see what you're like with your children before you look after my own.
It's a fair
That's
point.
some mad shit.
That's a fair point.
Okay.
I like I said, my kids don't go to anyone really. What they go to, probably Dana's mum and every now and again my mum. And the only person I'd probably ask is either you two guys if you could have my children. But anybody else, I don't think anybody would be allowed to have my children other than those
I trust your partner to look after my children. I trust my mother to look after my children. I don't even trust my dad.
Thinking about somebody else looking after my kids that I don't really know, it's stressful for me. Yeah. Even now, and I'm not even doing it.
I mean, I love my dad, but Shabedi is not going to be what you're doing. What the children? Where are the kids at, Dad? It's not good. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna mess around with that. Charlie, for you, something that was consistent that it was now you're being a father now.
It's difficult to sort of pinpoint it, but I would just say as a blanket term as domestic violence, that was kind of seen as the norm, but obviously that still goes on today. So being witness to all of that, being exposed to all of that, no, I don't want my son to go, through that. So, yeah, I'd probably say that. Yeah.
And then, you had a pretty typical career before business. So you worked at Premier Inn. Obviously, we spent a lot of time in Morocco together, so we were able to do this. You went to, was that general manager at Premier Inn?
Yeah, multi-site manager at Premier Inn was the most recent employment.
Yeah.
Prior to that, a skills trainer for Premier Inn, so traveling the UK,
nice,
opening up new hotels. Nice. So always been in hospitality management.
Sorry, I was just thinking about a situation I fell into.
What, just talk about it? Exactly, laughing. Laughing at my side.
So basically, right, Charlie give me a job at Burger King, right? He said, come on.
How are we talking?
Well, we were 17, 18, something like that.
Yeah,
right.
Nice, yeah.
Do you know what he does one morning? He comes storming in the room. He comes storming, because I was supposed to be at work. Comes storming in the room, right? Why aren't you at work, mate?
You're putting the boot in, bro.
Fucking Burger King. And he's coming in saying, why am I at work? You lose your job.
Wow.
But I was terrible there, mate. I couldn't function in that kitchen. I couldn't do it. I just could not do it.
You couldn't make a Whopper.
I couldn't do it. I don't know why that job I just hated every minute of it.
Which is weird because you love making burgers now.
Yeah, but
that's a passion project for you now.
Well, Burger King never influenced me to make a burger. I can tell you that place is mental.
Okay. And then, so you were in that position, and then you had, obviously, as you're saying, this turbulent childhood growing up.
Yeah.
Sounds like you had a good position, good spot with Premier Inn.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. And then you jacked that in to go
and start a business. Well, it's not even start a business, is it? Because you go self-employed first initially. People say start a business.
UTR.
Yeah.
Your lift-off was quick.
Yeah, I think so.
Your lift-off.
I think so too. I think so too.
It had to be.
I think so too. Because I traded at, for example, Tajak for 2 years before I even broke even on one. But this is very early on. I didn't know what I was doing. And basically all my projects have been first year, second year. Maybe the Airbnb's been a pretty aggressive takeoff.
What were you doing? 6 months on your own window cleaning before you know it, you got somebody else in?
I think we recruited in the first year. And then any money that I got was reinvested back in. So I never took any money for me.
So how are you living?
Well, obviously, with basics.
Mm-hmm.
But everything that I would get to go back into it. And I think that's what people don't realise, isn't it, with business?
Sorry, I can't remember if when you first opened that business, was you still living at your dad's? Or did you move back into your dad's at some point?
So how did that go?
Because you did, didn't you? I remember you somehow living at your dad's for a bit in that period of having your business.
Yeah, so that was it. Moved back at my dad's, and then then we moved to Ferndown in that as I was starting, so it overlapped. So we were renting a flat and in Ferndown halfway through starting.
I remember seeing you at Ferndown.
Yeah,
because we have the store at Ferndown. I saw you a couple of times over there.
Yeah.
I remember that. So, Pristine's gone well for you.
Yeah.
Really well for you, would you say?
Yeah, definitely.
And then we created Southwest Contractor Group, basically off the back of all the refurbs I've done. Ryan's kind of pretty aggressive and, going from RV premium plastering to being a skilled tradesman, then doing refurbs, etc. Together collectively, me and you and I. And then you've been involved in some of my projects as well. Of course, we then shared projects moving forward. Pretty much all of our projects are pretty much more shared. And obviously, my finance backgrounds, we thought Southwest Contractor Group would be a good collaborative effort moving forward, especially with the way the market's going at the moment. And then Charlie kind of very nicely lands himself into our lives. And then we think maybe Southwest Contractor Group could be evolved into a three-way partnership. You, I, Ryan, hence Direct Trades.
But before we get to that point, before we've brought Charlie into this whole duo thing we do.
Yeah.
What did you see Charlie as beforehand?
Not great. I don't think their perception was great. The first perception at Ibiza, which when I first properly met you, I was coming off the back of learning about the whole turbulent time with the social group with you guys. And you had this whole like lone wolf, lone survivor kind of thing going on. And obviously you had told me experiences about your friendship group at the time and how they turned your back on you, etc. Right? There's some things in there that probably private reference,
of course,
members of the family. Yeah, it's complicated, which I understand. I'm empathetic to. But then obviously meeting Charlie, you weren't in the best headspace, bro. You had just come out of, you split up with baby mum like 2 weeks before Ibiza. And I'm a very committed all or nothing cat when it comes to friendships, when it comes to partnerships, when it comes to people, when it comes to individuals, because I've been burned before in business and in personal. I would say that I have probably 3 or 4 friendship groups. Some of those friendship groups are on the fringe. And if I'm going to let someone in, you've got to pass some tests for me. So I take friendship quite seriously. I consider you a very close friend. Very close friend. But that was a development on your side. I can't roll with someone that's doing ket in the kitchen at 4 a.m. in Ibiza when we've all just spent $3,000. I can't do that. That's not me. I'm not rolling like that. I will spend some money on a night out 100%, but I'm not doing drugs. So for me, that's a big telltale sign as to where your head's at. If you're somebody that's easily influenced, I don't want, sorry, bro. Go ahead.
I think your development over the last 2 years has been second to none. I don't think you understand how much you've improved from that period to where your head's at now. Mad improvements.
Agree. And I think if I want my best friends to be smart, intelligent, in good shape, whether it's you can run far, you can lift weights or whatever the case is, that's how I want, because I consider my best friends an extension of me. There's people that I've collected over the years that I've known for 15 years, 10 years, that I consider my best friends I don't see every week, but they're individuals that I respect. You're an individual that I respect. I highly respect you. Otherwise I wouldn't be.
I don't think you understand how, but you do understand how it is. Like, it's so difficult to be able to get over your trauma or get above your trauma and stand on it and try and close it off or get rid of it. Like it never happened in your life anymore. That's one of the hardest things you could ever deal with. And once you actually pick past it, wow, what a load of weight off my shoulders.
Where were you at? Where was you at in your head when we were in Ibiza 2? Where was that?
He wasn't anywhere in his head. He wasn't there.
It was very, very turbulent because obviously at that time, like you say, I had a 3. He would think he would have been in and out. My son would have been out. Oh no, he was just born.
Yeah,
and obviously we separated from his mother.
Yeah,
so that's when I was back at my dad's. So that's probably where you're getting that whole part of that from. But I needed to knuckle down because I needed somewhere for my boy to come and see me. So I couldn't come to my dad's. Like my single bed. Do you know what I mean? So I pushed, and obviously, as you know, first year self-employed to get a mortgage, virtually impossible.
We do have lenders for that, just so everyone knows.
Yeah.
If you want a mortgage, let us know. We'll be able to point you in the right direction. So
magician.
We'll figure something out for you, okay? If you want a mortgage, if you want a loan, let us know. Please continue.
Cheeky upsell. So I knew I had to push. I knew I had to make decent profit. So, it's a way of me channeling that energy into that.
How did you manage to defeat the traumatic experiences in your life and become the person you are today? How did you manage to do that?
Say that again.
So obviously you've had a lot of traumatic experiences in your life. You've been through a lot yourself.
Yeah.
How did you manage to climb above it? How did you manage to do that? Because I know how I done it. I want to know how you done it.
How did you do it?
Basically,
He was waiting for that, bro. He's waiting for that.
Bro,
the question is on you first. But I'll answer.
He was waiting for that, basically.
I'll answer the question for you that I'm asking you.
And I was just going to go, yeah, same.
Well, I had a problem myself with bleeding on other people and making my problems everybody else's problem. That's what I was doing. And I thought, and it wasn't until he kept highlighting it on me and said, bro, you need to stop doing that. I was like, what am I doing? It's like, you're using all your past experiences and putting all your stresses on everybody else. I was like, well, I never really thought about that like that before, because that's exactly what I was doing. I was coming home and I'd have a lot on my shoulders, or I'd feel like a certain type of way, and Dana or somebody else would get the brunt of it, you know, and I knew that wasn't fair, and I needed to find a way to get over that sort of stuff. And I thought, if I knuckle down, get my head down, do some things that keep myself busy at the same time, and stop doing all this bleeding on other people, I could surely become a better person. And I did.
Yeah, I think for me, I've never really had a choice. Like, I've never had anybody to depend on. I learned early on that there's nobody that's going to help you get to.
It's quite painful, that is.
It is. And when you're younger, you don't realise that. So you might lean on family members and you think, oh, I would do that for them. So you would expect that to be reciprocated, and it's not. No. And I've had several of those. And then you realise as you grow up, like, right, there's nobody, if any, people that I can actually rely on. But I feel like you've also had, that's quite similar for you as well.
Yeah,
like you've had anybody to depend on.
I had nobody to depend on.
No.
And that's why when he came into my life, it was like always somebody to offload to. Like, I could always speak to him about something. I can't go home and talk to Dana and talk about man stuff to Dana, because it's not the same. You don't get the same response. You don't get the response you need.
I agree with you. With respect to Dana, she's been extremely supportive.
100%. I completely agree. There were times in my life where Dana propped me up when I needed her. But it's just not the same as when a man speaks to you.
Agreed.
But she did do a lot of great things for me in the build up to who I am today.
Agreed.
She knows that.
She's extremely supportive.
Yes, Dana.
Big up.
I got you, girl.
But no, she is extremely supportive, even for you.
No one's cooking me Christmas. Dana's cooking me Christmas Day. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. My family in Morocco, bro. That's where I'm at.
I don't know how many times my house has fed you, mate.
Bro,
I've had like one dinner at yours. Crumble, that thing.
But bro, you're it's nice to bring you into the fold, because obviously I'm very respectful of both of your pasts. I'm very empathetic to the position that you're both in, with having such a convoluted and crazy past. So I think it's important to bring up. I respect you greatly. Seriously, I have big respect for you.
Back at you.
I think you're a top tier individual, and you're someone whom I'm proud to call my friend, because you have the tenacity there. You've got the faculties there and that's come quick, bro. And I rate that, because you are not sitting cameras.
Bro, you're messaging the chat at 6 in the morning, every morning. Every time you swipe the phone out, you're there. Every morning for the last God knows how many weeks. Charlie, 6 in the morning.
Bring up Rashid. Rashid, quick one.
I woke up one night and I messaged chat at 3 a.m, yeah? And Charlie writes in the morning, 3 a.m. As if to say, right, why are you up before me, mate?
Yeah.
Let's get up.
Got beef.
So the idea is the collaborative effort between Southwest Contract Group, pristine exterior cleaning, big old mouthful, bro, without changing it, and collectively together to create direct trades. So this is going to be your one-stop shop, whether it's requiring financing, whether it's requiring a full refurb project, whether it's solar, whether it's drainage, whether it's plastering. It's a one-stop shop, and we take our clientele from the start to the finish. We're not in a position where that's the problem. When you're doing a house refurb, it's like, oh, great. Thank you so much for coming in, Mr. Bathroom Fitter.
Yeah, and then
he's gone. I've got to make, is the Sparky going to turn up?
You've got to call the next guy,
bro,
the next guy.
And then the Sparky doesn't turn up, and then you're behind schedule. Bro, it's just too much.
It's messy.
And we found this with all of our projects. Hence why we will project manage that from start to finish. And that's the whole project here. And then you're going to be such a massive asset to this. Something we want to chase down too is these massive, huge government contracts that everyone's on at the moment. And so it could be a big project for us. So that's another thing that we can think, because if it's I love products that are renewable. I love renewable products. Something where you do it once and then you have to recharge, you have to refill, you have to replace. And when something gets dirty, it makes me think.
Yeah, I think what I do want to say is one reason why I wanted to get into partnership with you guys was before this proposal all sort of occurred, Ryan done my garden, didn't you? And, when mates do work for mates, usually corners are cut, they don't turn up. Even when I was getting quotes, Ryan was actually the only one that actually turned up to quote it. 3 people.
Yeah.
So I had to give him the
diagram on the same day. Yeah.
So I had no one else to give the job to, so no one else turned up. But no, all jokes aside, even though Ryan is obviously my best mate, but you know, I think you came in and I was like, oh yeah, this is amazing. And Ryan's like, that door's not sat right. That door's not sat right. And he's on the door like that, looking at it. Bro, I was like, mate, it's fine. He's like, no, it's not fine.
He's got Superman. He's got Superman eyes, bro.
And he's putting it right. But before all of that, you know, he sat down with me and was like, what's your budget? And really tried to work towards what I was trying to achieve. So I don't want to spend too much money because it is a flat and I don't want to be spending too much time.
And we really crunched the numbers on his job. Like for me, it wasn't really about making any money. And I said that to you. It wasn't about making money on Charlie's job. It was about getting the job done for Charlie. That's what it was. I said to you, I was like, I can't make money on Charlie. I need to do this job for Charlie. You know, I want to do this for his boy.
Yeah.
But you are very, especially when the client comes on board, you really do, like when you came to my house 5 years ago, bro, you knew what the spot I was in. I'm not always be specific on the children, but there was lots happening in my life at the time. And you even made my bed, bro.
I know.
I had left the house. God. The house was, there's nothing upstairs. We ripped it apart, back to brick in my house, right? Back to brick. And Ryan was so careful. Everything was exactly, man, bro, your attention to detail is top.
I've said this in a previous podcast, but his kids and that were just been bought. And he was like, mate, I'm panicking. I need to get the room ready. I was like, mate, I'll just do it for you. I hated the room, put the floor down. I told him not to buy the floor and that he bought it. It was terrible.
Yeah, you were right.
I told him not to buy that.
So
and it's like moving and stuff. I was like,
you were putting it together. Like, this is not good.
And like one side was like moving. It's really cheap stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, mate, it's not good flooring. You ended up carpeting the whole upstairs and the
as you said.
You know, that your job was a hell of a learning curve, just basically from the people that were involved. But we had a guy called Tristan involved. He was still freshly like new to domestic work at the time, but he's come on leaps and bounds now.
Agreed.
Tristan's come a long way now.
He's part of the team.
Yeah, I rate Tristan. He's a good lad, and I would always use Tristan going forward. But your house was a big learning curve for me, and then the upper was like another level.
Yeah.
But look how that turned out. Look at that gaff.
But like I say, taking a house from 265 all the way to the position that's at 440k now in the space of a year, 8 months.
That's the current market price.
Of course.
But really, that house is worth 470.
Agreed. But let's be conservative. 265 to 440, it can be done. You ain't doing it on 30k.
No.
And you ain't doing it.
I said it from the start.
You ain't doing it on 80k. You got to spend some serious dough.
What you were saying to me, I walked in there, it's going, a budget's 30, mate. I was like,
It's when he was on the wheelbarrow.
I was going, we're not doing this on 30k. We have to. I was like, we're not doing it on 30k.
Bro, that's what I said. I was like, we got 30 bags. That's what we got.
I said, it's not happening.
So I had to go find more money.
Yeah.
That was right?
Yeah. In the end, it was tough. But
now look at it.
Yeah, bro. You know, big respect all around. We've all gone through some personal things. And that is, you know, this is how we get to the position in life. You know, we have, as we said at the beginning, we have to make a decision in life, which direction we're going in. Are we going to be the alcoholic? Are we going to be the person that stays away from alcohol? You have
to just say one more thing.
Please.
He still dodged our roof clean. Didn't he? Didn't he? On that post, was like, mate, can you clean the roof that, don't you?
Like, don't need to.
That's your OCD, mate.
Bro, it needs doing.
It needs doing. Look at it.
Bruv, I mean, we have to get it sorted.
I still want the roof done.
We're getting locked in, mate.
I
could have got Dave to do it today, to be fair.
Great,
yeah.
Cheers, mate. No, I'd still like to get that roof done. I reckon it'd look a lot better with clean.
Can you arrange that for us, please, Charlie?
Done.
Great. Let us know. Thank you. Send over the invoice.
Great. Can't wait till the end of the week. I'll take a picture.
So Direct Trades we're launching that now. Big news, boys. Right? Ryan, just to let everyone know, yeah, Ryan doesn't get excited about anything. It's a problem unless it's AFC move. Doesn't get excited about anything. It's not good. He has some trauma that won't allow him to be happy about life. Shit. I'm not joking. That's a bit aggressive. You're probably the most excited person in life. You get
day to day. I'm always buzzing than that.
You're happy, yeah, but you get very excited when you can spend time with your daughter. That's fair, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Like, makes you the most happiest.
Yeah.
If I'm going to pitch this now, yeah, can you at least pretend to be excited?
I know what it is.
It's another thing. His guesses are so good. So direct trades, obviously, we launched that. I have quite an extensive finance background now. I don't want to go on about it, but qualified financial advisor, mortgage broker, etc. Thank you for 2 points. We've been doing that for a while now. So we managed to create some inroads directly. So we're not directly authorized, but we're going to be an appointed representative and have a link directly with the Financial Conduct Authority to be able to offer consumer credit. So what that basically means, if you're someone, because Ryan does like to, if a client comes to us, he wants to try and always provide. Some of our clients, when you're adding an extension, it's going to add 70 grand to your property value. Of course, it's going to cost you 30 or 40, maybe, we don't know. It depends on, every job's different. I don't want to go ahead and give you a quote where I haven't seen your job, right? But we're in a position now where we can offer you a loan and offer you consumer credit in order to facilitate the refurb of your property. And that could be done for any amount. That can be done if you have good credit, if you have bad credit, whatever position you're in, we should be able to arrange something for you. So if you're not someone that has the money right now, you are someone that's coming, perhaps you're coming to the end of your term on your mortgage, for example. Maybe you want to do a quick refurb project before the valuation comes. It's something that we can arrange for you now. So if you do want some kind of loan, whether it's secured or unsecured, we offer both at some competitive rates. Even if you have bad credit, you still may be able to arrange something for you. So Direct Trades now has that ability. So right, Ryan, are you happy about that? Yeah,
I'm real
excited. You're happy about that?
Buzzing.
Yeah, see, great. Charlie, you happy about that?
No, I think it's amazing. When you done my garden, it was like wanting to get ready for summer.
Yeah.
Like thinking some people haven't got that kind of cash, have they?
Because you weren't limited on what you had to spend.
Yeah. And for us to be able to offer that to people, to families that may not have quite enough, but they can afford a couple £100 or whatever a month.
Yeah.
And you're going to create space that's going to create memories. They're going to have barbecues, pool on for the kids. Yes.
Yeah, because for me, £200 a month is priceless for your family to enjoy an outdoor garden, barbecues in the summer. You wouldn't worry about spending £200 a month on that because you spend that going out.
It's true, guys. And what this is the most exciting thing for me is imagine spending £500, say obviously £500 is a big budget a month, and you're doing an extension, you're doing the front of your property, you're doing maybe some landscape gardening. So now you have additional space for your family. It's costing you £500 a month as an example, but it's added 30, 40, £50,000 to your property. You can refinance at the end and be in a position where we can refinance and take that loan away from you, but take it out, tie it into the value of your home. In some cases, the monthlies on your home will even come down and you get all that extra space. Listen, we can run the math, we can run it together, and we can manage the project from start to finish, as I've always said, but it now puts our clients, potential clients, in a position where they may have the funding available for day one. If they don't, they can finance it over a period of time, and we can make sure that everything is completely legitimate, of course, and obviously make sure that their project is done on time. So it's going to be a big project for us, guys. Direct Trades is going to be massive, I hope, and we have a business-to-business element, obviously, with your business coming on board. And obviously the more domestic style, which is going to be your, and obviously I'll get involved and help out where I can. I guess the wheelbarrow. So let's try and get this moving on the road and let's try and get this done. So that's where we're at the moment. So that's my big announcement. I'm really happy about it because it took me months to get into the position to be able to offer this. Yeah. So we've launched it today. So ready to go.
I don't expect anything less, mate.
I know you do. I know you. I respect it. But
the bar is high.
And I respect that you're
if I do something, he expects me to do it.
Yeah, it's true.
That's how it should be. If he's doing that, I want it done. So it's done.
Fair.
We're done.
And bro, it makes me work hard, so I can't complain. And then you're in a position now. So we have some other projects, but let's get Direct Trades moving first. But maybe if we're talking about this trio thing, we're talking about it. Let's see where you're at in 6 months. Let's see if you enjoy it. Let's see because it's fast paced. We work fast paced. There's times where, if you're not a few steps away from bankruptcy, you're not really doing anything anyway. You're not really making any moves anyway. If you're not risking everything for rapid growth, you're not really risking. I mean, look at your position. You went from in a space of starting. One day you're knocking on doors with a squeegee and a bucket. Next day now you've got 3 vans on the road. You've put the capital up. You've got assets. You've got probably about 100. If you include the vans in your fleet, about 100 in the cherry picker. Probably about 100K worth of assets. So you know what we're talking about. But this growth comes fast.
Yeah.
In 6 months' time, we're going to see where everybody's at. Maybe we can get you involved in the Casa Retreat project as well, which is the Airbnb project. Maybe do a few round the world because I think we all kind of opened our eyes up when we went to Morocco. We stayed at some Airbnbs. It was market research. We did this on purpose, right? We stayed at different Airbnbs and it wasn't the best. Ryan you were pretty upset about the quality.
It had potential. The potential was there, like the exterior of the property was insane. What they'd done with the rendering and stuff like that, but the upkeep was very poor. Like the way the snap toilet seats, bowed sinks, like smashed kettle.
Door they didn't lock.
Doors, door. I had to fix the door.
Yeah. I put that on the B-roll. You're going to see a video of Ryan fixing the door.
Have you got it?
In Marrakesh, I got it.
Yeah, I'm like smashing the lockdown, trying to get it to catch because it's like 10 foot up. I don't understand what they're doing there.
And your thoughts on that? Are you looking at other projects now? Are you wanting to get involved with us? Where you at?
Yeah, just on the same level as you guys, really.
Nice,
Yeah, it has to be. If you're in, it's a joint. It's joint.
Oh, that's another thing, bro. Blood in, blood out. It's like a gang. It's just like Bloods and Crips. You can't leave. You're in for it's like the Harley's Angels, the biker group called the Hell's Angels.
Hell's Angels.
The Hell's Angels. You can't leave, bro. Once you're in, you're in. That's it.
Yeah.
So there wouldn't be much point in leaving anyway because there's nothing stronger than a team. So
agreed. But again, the pressure for some people can get every week is a new thing.
I think he applies pressure himself.
I agree.
To us.
Yeah, I agree. That's true.
So I don't think he'll have any problem.
Mm-hmm. It's good. We run with the Lions now, bro.
Yeah.
We're going to see.
But you're going to see me on some days where I'm just like, snap. and it's about getting something done. Like something that I might be in the thick of something. Like, boys, I just need to get this done. Let's fucking sort it out.
Yeah. I think, you guys have been able to like share that burden, haven't you?
Charles goes, I've never seen mine like that.
Whereas for me, if there's business owners watching this, if you got to keep strong face, happy face, that everything's going all okay when really the ship's fucking sinking. But you can't let your team know that. Everything's all gravy.
It never really sinks though, bro. Because if it was actually sinking,
feels like
it does. It does. We're very cool. Well, me and you are very similar in that respect. Whereas he'll say, "It'll be all right. That's all right, mate. Don't worry.
I'm super.
Don't worry."
I think God provides everything.
Yeah,
really do. If your head's in the right space, and if the power of the law of attraction for me is massive, bro. If I wear expensive shoes for a reason, they make me feel great. They make me feel like I could conquer anything at any point in time. It's true, bro. It sounds crazy. Like, I have a specific. I'm so superstitious. I have a specific, like even the socks, bro.
Do you walk under free drains?
No, I can't walk on free drains.
Do you walk under like sides?
Ryan knows too much about me. I'm not going to do that. Anyway, I'm superstitious. So for me personally, I think that if the universe will provide, if I need something, I'll try and stay positive. I'll try and bring that energy to me. I'll try and expel that energy when I'm in certain areas, certain rooms. If I'm having a bad day, you probably won't know about it. Personally.
Yeah.
You probably do.
I know it's when you're off, to be fair.
How in the 5 years that you've known me, how many times would you say that I've been off?
Not a lot, not loads, but there are times where I sense that you're not yourself and you might be a little bit stressed, but you're not really showing it.
Fair. Rate that. Yeah, man. So this is where we're at the moment, but...
Sorry, can I interject?
Please.
How have you developed that? Has that always been you? Or has it took you years of...
I've spent every single day with him.
Yeah.
So I know what his good mood is and his bad mood, but his bad mood...
quite good.
Yeah, his bad mood isn't a bad mood. It's just a different behaviour, but he's still all right.
It's just not firing all cylinders.
Nah. My sister died in 2012, as you know. Captain named Mahmoud Mohammed, wasn't it? And you can look her up on Google. You see pictures of her. It's hard to have a bad day if you're here. I think we're in this plane of life very temporarily. So we have to enjoy it, even if it's not something to enjoy. So even if, bro, if you've got to eat a shit sandwich, bro, at least you're...
I've never seen you eat a shit sandwich.
Have you not?
No, not even. I've never seen you eat any bad sandwiches.
I'm on that Pret life.
Mate, you're on Mark Bennett sandwiches, Pret sandwiches, M&S sandwiches. I've never seen a bad sandwich.
Okay, but you understand my point. Like,
this metaphor, bro. Just chat shit.
Yeah, you understand my point. I think God has blessed me with the power to be able to take the good and the bad in the situation. So I'm very happy to be here.
I think we all know what you've just said, but it's actually about reminding ourselves of that because it can soon be forgotten about. It's like live every day to your last type mentality, isn't it? Yeah. You can all wake up on the wrong side of the bed or get up in the morning and something's gone
I'd say
wrong
more so now.
Forget that we should be living by that.
I'd say more so now that I'm trying to appreciate it more than I ever have before. Like trying to appreciate the moment, appreciate waking up. Like it's just not gratitude.
Your vibe when you're on holiday. I've been obviously away with you a lot. Your vibe, bro. Your vibe when is just like you're on a plane and you're just cruising, bro. When you're, it's like you need action. No, so it's good, bro. It's part of your personality. It's good. When we was in Valencia, you were exactly the same. Alicante, exactly the same. When we was in Marrakesh,
I get up and I'm out of the bed and I got talk to you straight away.
100%. I'm like, Mish. Like, yeah. I'm like, what's up, man? Like, what's up? Is that what are you doing today? Yeah, like a 4-year-old. What are we doing today? I was like,
I spend every time when I go away with them saying, "Mate, can you get up?"
Yeah. Credit where credit's due, though. You had every day in Morocco Morocco,
that's
lined up.
bro.
We didn't have to think about anything.
That's
did we?
how it rolls.
It was all set up.
With the big dog.
Was that you or was that your PA?
No,
Where's the credit going?
Nah, that's me, bro. I got everything on lock. Don't worry about anything with me. But yeah, man, we had a good time. And I think that's it's going to manifest itself now into, I hate that word, but manifest itself into something great now.
That word's overused by
a lot of people. Yeah, I agree.
And that's why I don't like it.
I hate it. The word catalyst is better. The word some better words manifest.
Like you can't manifest new clothes tomorrow.
No, I think people use it as a way to be lazy. It's like, I'm going to take a think.
I manifest a new man.
No. That's not how it works, bro.
That's what they do.
No. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. But anyway, look, we're in a position now, boys, where we're here. 3 of us are together. The last 5 years has been pretty exclusive to me and you. Charlie's going to jump in. We're going to see how he rolls with the punches over the next 6 months. And then hopefully over the next 6 months, we can do another project after that.
I think he's going to, because Charlie's actually in a quiet period at the minute, but he's actually still pushing leads our way. I think when Charlie really kicks off next year, I think he's going to put a lot of pressure to having me running around anyway.
I agree.
I think he will send a lot of leads in, same as me. I'll try and get him, roof cleans and stuff.
Boy, right, are you getting all that lead, mate?
Yeah,
just follow it up.
It's coming. It's coming because you're a well-networked guy. You know a lot of people. A lot of my stuff is like they're not builders and they're not doing the networking that you're doing. A lot of mine are just like clientele that I've built up over the years, and they pass my name on to the next person.
This is all part of the collaboration, but complement each other, and that's part of the whole ecosystem that we're looking to build.
Agreed. Charlie, I think you should ask some questions. Yeah. I can see in your mind, see in your eyes, you've got questions to ask.
I've been interjecting the whole pod.
Any questions? What you got? What do you want to know?
Any questions?
Because you asked me a lot of questions.
I've asked you so many, especially in Morocco.
Yeah.
Serious question.
Okay.
When are we going back to Morocco? It didn't last long enough.
I'm back there November, handling some business, and then back there again in December, handling some business again. Of course, you're welcome to come with. If you want a proper lads holiday, like lad trip like we did, me personally, there's nothing better than hanging out with the lads in the Q8, with the boys, smoking ripping a few darts.
At least we know.
Yeah, whenever we get police.
Whenever we go away with him, we put no cars on our cards. It's nothing to do with us.
You didn't enjoy the donuts?
It's your responsibility.
You didn't enjoy that?
Cars are your responsibility.
Well, they normally are, but look.
Yeah, no, I'm saying no matter what car it is, no matter the price you hire, it's your responsibility.
Listen,
because we're not doing it.
How aggressive was the drive anymore?
Disgusting. You're driving.
What? I'm offended. Hold on. Take me out of the equation. What's the driving like a walker?
Yeah, it's not great.
But all right, how bad is it?
Like an 8. No, I mean like a 7.
A 7.
Yeah.
In Marrakesh town centre?
Yeah, like a 7.
A 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay. I've driven all over the world.
You haven't driven Madeira, mate.
No. That's not literally. No. I've done lots of Europe, Germany, Belgium, France, Spain, obviously, as you know, because I was with you. Obviously, Morocco. Morocco is what do you think about it?
It is crazy.
Like, it's kind.
It's absolutely insane. Obviously, driving fast.
Madeira's a bit mad as well. Like,
I can imagine
the short, like pulling out places, no merging turns, no bloody rails going up mountains and all that sort of stuff. Like big trucks and lorries, like nearly budging off a cliff. It's a mad place to drive.
Fair. Did you drive it?
I did.
Oh shit! How was that?
I wasn't comfortable with it, but I got on with it. I had to.
Fair. Are you driving the right hand side?
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. Left hand drive car.
Nice. That's
manual.
Good. Right. Yeah. So, but you think I drive too fast?
It's not about your speed. I think it's things you do.
What do I do?
Impulsive.
Okay.
Like doing donuts over rough terrain at Q8. That's brand new.
I get excited.
Nearly killing people on motorbikes, mate.
No.
Well, not killing them, but you nearly wiped him out, man.
Yeah, there was a pothole, and obviously I swerved that way the pothole, but you went into him. I felt very bad for him.
Oh yeah, you're a reckless guy.
In life or just in the car?
No, in the car.
I think.
I've had many experiences with you in cars.
Yeah.
Like, do you know, like, how many years ago was it? When you first got your car, you were coming down my hill.
Yeah.
He reaches to the back to get a bottle of water. And his car's automatically braked and we're skidding. We both go, whoa!
Are you the person in the car we went into?
I can't remember.
Yeah, it was a good time, man.
But it's not a good time.
Yeah, but I've...
would you say you're a reckless driver?
No, I think I'm an insanely good driver.
But you could ask anybody around there.
Yeah.
How they think you drive.
Good. Yeah, you think I'm bad?
Yeah, you look. Do you know how you look like when you drive around? Like you're looking at the pedals.
Well, let's not incriminate me. Let's not incriminate my driving. Okay, I don't want to get. Are you
looking at your shoes? Your expensive shoes that you've been talking about.
No, if you're not a text driver, I would never do that.
Oh, no, you don't.
Yeah.
You're looking at your shoes.
Yeah. Anyway,
I don't know what to say.
no, moving on. I thought it was good. I thought the driver was good. No. Bro, I thought the fun. I thought it was so fun. Like driving around. Like
Morocco's mad, mate, because you're just overtaking everywhere, flat out.
Me?
Yeah. And I'm like, mate, can you slow down?
That's how we do it in Morocco, bro. Everyone's just driving.
Yeah, that's how I do it in Morocco.
I understand that, but everyone's just trying to get where they're going quick as possible. I was driving. There were times I was driving like crazy. Of course, I was excited.
Fair.
Boom. Yeah.
Anything else? Any questions, guys?
Charles?
Yeah, I'll throw one out there. What are you most looking forward to or excited about in terms of direct trades? One for both of you. Is that, and it could be services, it could just be...
I'm looking forward to sitting the lion's den together and bouncing ideas off each other and bringing money in together and giving people a service that they never had before. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Very capable of doing that.
Yep.
You got to try and beat that.
I don't think that's a great answer. I like the before and after. I get very excited about that. I like adding value to people's homes and I like adding value to people's lives because my personal financial system for homeowners and investors in general is probably very different to most people's. Most people's perspective in the UK is work really hard, one job, retire as quickly as possible.
Go on one whole day, yeah.
There you go. And, and then, hopefully that mortgage is paid off by the time I'm 60. I don't agree with that system. I think I literally have the exact opposite. I think everybody should own 4 houses, essentially. If you're a self-employed individual, you have a choice to either pay off your home as quickly as you can. Very conventional. But in the UK, there's enough land, there's enough things. There's 4 projects, 4 homes, whatever that is, and 25% of each. So that one day you can sell the 3 and keep the 1. Because it seems as though with the cost of living, etc., people are going to need, if you're going to want what was considered a normal life 20 years ago, you're going to have to do 2 times or 3 times, maybe even 4 times as much as what people used to have to do 20 years ago. So because of that, you need at least one for me or for some of my clients or some of the people that I work with regularly is 3 investment properties and 1 property they live in.
Makes sense.
So you're in the position to be able to sell the 3, keep the 1 out when you're at retirement age. But at least throughout that retirement, you've got the income from the 3. And I like the ability to be able to change people's perception on life. And also, people shouldn't be working as hard as they do to have as much or as little availability as they do with their children.
Do you know what's crazy is that ever since I stopped plastering, I feel like my life slowed down even though I'm doing more.
Yeah,
because I'm doing less active stuff, but I'm overseeing or going to see a job or doing the tan shack stuff. Like everything is I've already built everything around.
And on a job that's labour intensive, you're there 9 till 5 or 9 till however
it's bad.
Long, and you are constantly on those tools. But now you work a little bit more smarter, and you're still busy.
It is hard to come away from that. It is hard to come away from being the guy who turns up on the job, does a good job, and always wants the job to be immaculate, clean, tidy. But you can rely on other people to do that for you. But I just didn't have the willpower in me to let go. It was hard for me to let go. Is it hard for you to let go?
I'm the opposite, but that's because of my managerial background. You're always taught to delegate. So I knew, and that's part of the reason why my business has grown so quickly. Because as soon as I could recruit somebody to get them to do the labour work, I knew that I could step away. Yes, I'll take a pay cut for several months because they're going to be getting all the money, but that's an opportunity for me then to focus on the marketing and sales and then build on that. And then I know that once that gets rolling, I'll be able to earn my money. And that's a constant thing in business, isn't it? So
you're converting what is a well-paid job into an actual business.
Yeah.
And if you're doing all the work, you're doing everything yourself. It's not a business, bro. It's a job.
This is it.
And
yeah.
If you're going to expand and you're going to outsource, and this is why direct trade is so important, because you have the ability to be able to outsource everywhere 3-dimensionally. That's when you're talking about an actual business rather than just a job. And, you were probably stuck in that right at the time. We had many conversations about the elevation, should we say, of your business, but you're an extremely financially driven individual.
I am.
So
money talks for me.
You don't want to be in a position where you're offloading or giving somebody else a lion's cup or a larger piece of the meat. You don't want to be doing that. You want to be doing, you don't want to outsource. You want to take it from start to finish.
But I'm also the guy, even if I am, offloading the work, I'm also the guy that will jump in.
This current version of you, 1,000,000%.
We witnessed that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, and I did as well with your drive rate. Yeah, and the drive rate too.
And I shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, you shouldn't be doing.
Shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
But I do because I care about the client.
And this is the point, the argument that I make, probably similar to your perspective chart. If you're going to spend time sending out invoices and anybody in the business can do that, or anybody can do that, why is the company director doing that when the company director has other avenues or other bows, strings to the bow, or other situations to generate more sales? That's what you should probably be doing. So if it's like something similar, like really small, like the Airbnb, for example, going to Tesco's to go and get some bin liners, and you're going to spend 3 hours doing that. You got to drive there, mess around, see someone on the way, chat to them, you're back and forth on that, and then you go, I see they make, it's 2 hours. You know, when there's other things that you could be doing that you're the only person that can do. You know, this is what business is about.
I do think this is a journey for life. Me personally, like I don't want it to be, you know me, I don't want it to be anything less than that. So if the commitment's there, it has to be there, and I just want to go full steam ahead. And nobody's got any, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Any doubts. You know, I just want to stick together and do it.
You're very much do it once, do it right.
Yeah, I don't want that. I just don't know if this is working.
What was the situation with the shower at the Airbnb?
We had a recent situation with mirrors at the Airbnb.
We did.
And someone was like, you don't need it. And well, yes, we do. Yes, we do need the shower, or whatever it was.
Ryan put up some mirrors last week, and they one fell down and went back there, and they left the other one up, and then the other one fell down.
Yeah, so basically the reason why that happened is there's some pipes that are running behind the wall, and I'm not sure where they're running. And I thought, you know what, I use these grip stick things, you know, the ones that can hold up to like 24 kg. Bear in mind, the mirror is like 4 kg. So I don't understand how this isn't sticking, right? So in my head I thought, well, it's going to get steamy in here. Potentially this could come away from the wall. And it didn't surprise me when it happened, because it happened. And I thought, oh, mate, I'm going to have to try and think of another way to do this. So I'll think of another way.
You don't want to drill into your beautiful wall.
No, it's not that. It's not that, because you're never going to see it. It's the fact that there's pipes that running down there. And I don't know who they are, because I didn't run them.
Yeah.
So,
these things happen.
Yeah. I'm not surprised by it. And I'm sure I'll have a solution on the next job.
What's your changing gears massively here? You know, we're doing direct trains. We're kind of, you know, ramping everything up now, especially going into 2026. What's your view on the market as a whole, like the economy as a whole? You're not concerned that people are gonna...
I think this collaboration is a way of us thinking ahead.
We're also protecting each other here.
Yeah, so when as an example, exterior cleaning may slow down, plastering might pick up, or the landscaping might pick up, and the solar leads might come in. So I feel like we're building, like I say, that ecosystem where we will constantly have work coming from some avenue, and that's us being proactive in this sort of collaboration.
But some trades are quite seasonal.
But it's not going to be easy, you know that. It's still going to be a challenge for us.
There's going to be a time chart when, you know, multiple jobs on, and we know that's going to happen. There might be 10 jobs on.
We need pressure.
And we're going to be flying around everywhere, overseeing, checking, making sure materials are here, clients are right, invoice. There's going to be a lot to do.
That's when we work at our best, though. So I think Ryan's quite similar to me.
I am.
When I've got too much time on my hands, I'm not as productive. Whereas if I've got deadlines and I've got to be here and I've got to be there, and this needs to be done, I get so much more out of myself. I need that, not too much pressure, just enough that sometimes
I do like to be in the deep end, but at the same time, I don't like to be in the deep end. And then when things are all right, I kind of don't want things to be all right. I want to be in the deep end. So I'm never happy, to be honest with you. There's no happy medium for me. I do enjoy the roller coaster, the ups and downs and all that. I love it. I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't. But that's the life. That is the life for me. Dana always says to me, when are you going to slow down? I ain't slowing down, babe. I'm flat out. I'm flat out. I'm 31 years old.
Like, in your prime, bro.
I'm not ready.
When she says that to you, what do you kind of think? Why do you think that she wants you to slow down?
Because there's going to be stress on Dana maybe every now and again. She has a lot of intel on our situations, so she knows what's going on. And you know, if things get a bit tight, I can imagine Dana can't buy new trainers. I'm joking. You know, she's going to worry about us, or she's going to worry about me on the situation that they're in. There's only so many times you can, you know, sort the situations out that we've been in. There's only so many times you can do that. But yeah, I think that she just gets a little bit worried for us. And she knows that herself, like, things are in this country not at the best right now. So
your partner wants to move away.
She does. I wouldn't mind moving away either, but that ain't happening.
Not anytime soon.
Nah, it ain't happening. I feel like we need to build the infrastructure around us before even thinking about
100%.
Really being able to go anywhere. Like, what we have right now is somewhere we need to be all the time.
And what kind of locations have you thought about living in?
Okay. It has to be.
Really?
It's got our heart.
As long as I don't come back and spend 5 days on the toilet again, I'm gusty. I'm going again. We ain't got iron Morocco stomach like you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We ain't got that.
So you would live in Morocco?
I'd live in Morocco, yeah.
Fair.
But I don't know if my children should live in Morocco.
What's your thoughts on that?
I don't know.
Fair.
I don't know if that's like, don't know if that works.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's not.
Do you think your partner would be able to live in Morocco?
No, because of the children. I think it's a wild place. Like, I think it's quite a wild place. If I was going to live anywhere for my children, it would have to be somewhere like Spain, where people speak English a lot and stuff like that.
The Spaniards are not a fan of the Brits in the bit, bro.
I know that. Oh yeah, I know that. They don't want us there. They don't want anyone there. Because their immigration rate's 65%.
Yeah, they're talking like gentrification, that like prices are unaffordable for locals. You know, villas are becoming unaffordable now. Even shopping
It's
is
£500,000 for a villa.
Yes,
Decent villa.
good salary in Spain is like 20K, 25K. And then I can say like a good salary here is double that, 50K.
And if you wanna live in Spain, you have to have a property above $500,000. Like,
yeah, for the visa,
for the gold visa. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's. I don't think it's realistic either to live there. But for your children, would you say Morocco is the right place to take your children?
Yeah, as long as you
There's not really a working life there for children. There's no career there for my kids, really.
The trajectory of Morocco is that, you know, don't forget it's very close to Spain.
Are we being selfish when we do that though? Because we're basically saying, you know, we want to go to Morocco or live in Morocco, and we're taking you with us.
Or I'll flip back around on you. Are you being selfish for not going somewhere else other than the UK? Bearing in mind, I'm someone that absolutely loves it.
Yeah, but it's career driven.
Understood, but
you can open a business tomorrow.
Understood, but the opportunities in Morocco to open a business, like for example, are you aware that expats in Morocco now have a 5-year tax-free period?
But we could open like our Airbnbs and stuff out there. But are we giving that to our children to do?
Yeah,
and that's their job
of age. Yeah, it depends on how big it is, how big you want to go. Of course, you saw the infrastructure that was available there. I think Morocco's going to be like the next UAE.
It is. I actually feel the same. And that's why we need to get the toe in.
It's going to be the European, even though it's in Africa, but the European version of UAE.
I feel like it's on a massive incline, like massive.
If he's a golden nugget, we're going to keep this in.
Yeah, you're correct, but nobody's going to do it anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
because we're normally the ones that say we're always going to do it, and we actually do it. You know, we hit the nail on the head. We've never said, "Oh, we'll do that," and don't do it.
Yeah, true.
What would you say we've said we'd do and we didn't do?
No, we've never made a solid decision on something. Obviously, we're flirting with the idea of moving, you know, expanding the empire in different locations. You know, that is an option, but you know, as far as Morocco goes, it's definitely a contender. I think Spain's a contender. I think UAE is a contender. So we're going to have to consider this about the future. We will have children. All of our children should be working together. All of our children should be, when we're in the position to do so, we should be, you know, some projects in the future should have that in mind, because sadly, as much pain, like I said, my grandma was in World War II, my sister fought for the country too in the UK. It's upsetting to say, but I don't know if England's, it's already not what it once was, like even 5 years ago.
I agree.
And that's really sad to say.
I agree.
So maybe you should hedge your bets here and look at some other places. Don't get me wrong, I'd still live in England probably and then jump around and have that kind of nomadic lifestyle and have to take my children. But it's something that should be considered. Yeah, bro?
Yes.
Okay. Right, guys, I think that kind of wraps up. Anything else?
No, all good.
Great. So again, one more time, as it's relevant, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So that's what we're trying to achieve here. That's the brief for this episode. Any questions, Char?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and tell me.
So the rumour has it, you'd know whether this is true or not. We could be talking absolute rubbish, the VAT bracket is supposedly dropping down from 90,000 or 85, whatever it is,
96.
to 30.
Yeah, 90 in 6 months. So the autumn budget is what you're talking about. There's quite a few nuggets in like big things in there. The Renters' Right Reform Bill is definitely coming in. So if you're a homeowner, that's going to be something that you want to consider. I think it's a good thing. I think if you're living in a property, you should, or a tenant, you should be in a position where you have some kind of security there. If you have pets, same thing again. I think you should be in a position where, you know, you want to rent somewhere that has pets. I've heard of that story so many times. People are like, oh, you know, I really like this place, but I've got a dog and they don't accept pets. This kind of thing. I think the deposit should reflect that. You shouldn't be in a position where you've, you know, it's a member of your family at the end of the day.
I still wouldn't when you take pets in the property. I still wouldn't.
But you're someone who has a pet.
Yeah, because it's my house.
Yeah, but people can't afford. The future is no one can afford a mortgage.
Bro, I'm not being funny. If you're renting out Upper, for instance, this is why I wanted to come away from it as well. If you're renting out Upper and you got, you can't control their dog or their pet, what they're chewing, what they're scratching, what they're damaging.
Yeah, but the deposit reflects
It's
that.
not high enough.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I agree. So the deposit should reflect having a pet.
I'm not being funny. You put down a 4K floor and your dog scratches it up, £2,250 to cover it.
No, of course not. But your deposit should reflect that. And
the damages that have occurred, the deposit didn't cover it. You didn't get to keep it.
I agree. But if you're somebody that has a pet and you do, you have an AST contract with someone and it's a 1-year contract, you do a visit at 3 months, you can see the floors being damaged. You have to say, okay, the rent was £1,500. It's now got to be £1,750 to coincide with the fact that we have to replace the floor because the deposit doesn't match that. There's options for that.
Yeah, but I just feel like the safer bet is.
What would you rather have? Would you rather have a working professional with a pet, or would you rather have someone that doesn't have pets, they still damage your property anyway?
None.
This is why you're not a landlord.
This is why I'm an Airbnb host.
Yeah, that's right.
And it makes sense.
I'm not a landlord in the UK anymore.
Yeah, but
I'm an Airbnb host in the UK.
When we were,
yes,
the margins weren't there either. And I mean,
that's subjective.
Well, it's not, because you've seen the numbers.
Yeah, on our case, on some cases, the mortgage is probably £500, and the rent's £1,500, making £700 or £800 net every month. That's still good. That's still covering your mortgage on one deal. That's a unicorn deal. I mean,
this still that's enough for me.
My mum doesn't even read or write, bro. I lived with my mum. So I take care of my mum to this day. She since I was 18, she's never worked. I'm not going to allow her to work. I'm going to take care of her. Having said that, when I was growing up, she didn't even read or write English. She struggled with the English language and a few other things I'm going to get into now. But it's a problem for most.
How come? I was speaking to Charlie about this earlier. Yeah, that our families put us in this position, and we're the ones who got to sort it out.
You have to. There's no other. There's no other choice.
There's so many generations.
I understand that, and I agree with you. But you've got brothers and sisters, and it was your decision to do that. As Charlie has brothers and sisters, it was your decision to do the position that you're in now. God provides, and this is the plan. This is what is happening. We're not in control all the time.
Look, I was never the one who would be chosen to look after my mum, if you get what I'm saying. Out of all the people, like, growing up, you probably would have thought that either, that I would be the one who sorts my mum shopping out and gives her money when she needs it. That's me. I didn't really think that was going to be me either. Yeah, over the last 2 or 3 years, you've definitely stepped up in that avenue. Having said that, I've been doing this since I was 18. I've been doing that since I was 18 because my mum was... Your situation is very different. Agreed. But, my mum went out, super controversial. My mum decided to not have a partner because she was concerned about the influence on me. So she didn't want to have a boyfriend. Like, your intelligence to provide very young is not something that was ingrained into me and Charlie growing up. That's my sister's influence and my mother's influence. So you're quite fortunate to have even been able to have that taught to you. 100%. But because my mum couldn't read or write, and that's my point, because my mum couldn't read or write, she had to instill situations in me because she knew she's going to need to be taken care of at some point. It's quite crazy how your parents' experiences or what they've been through or what they're doing in their life has a massive effect on you. It's like you have a big block in your brain and you think, how did I not see the way they are? It's mad. I agree, but my mum was extremely accountable from a young age. From birth, I always remember being very accountable. And she said, "Go on, tell me what was the joke?" Just thinking about if there's anyone who could pull your strings, it's your mum. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, she does. Yeah, it's true. She does. Anybody, if you want to see Machine get annoyed, that is the only person I know that can. That's true. That's true. Yeah, she doesn't send me wild. But yeah, super accountable from a young age, and she knew that she couldn't read or write, and she knew that my English at school was really bad. I could barely speak growing up. The reason why I speak so well now, I try to speak well now, is because my grandfather, so she sent me to my granddad after school from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock to learn English, learn how to write, learn how to speak, learn how to do mathematics, because I wasn't doing it at school, because I was barely at school. Like, I was barely at school, and 2, when I was at home. But until I was 12 years old, about that, I thought remote control was motor control. Motorola. I honestly, to a very old age, my friend was like, "What are you saying? What is that? Motor control? Oh, can you pass me the motor control?" Bro, I swear to God.
Mixing Moroccan with English.
To be fair, me and Charlie didn't really spend a lot of time at school or anything. Like, we went in, but the amount of times we skipped lessons and went home and played PlayStation or done something else.
Yeah, I was
or went down and played football early.
Yeah.
It wasn't really, like, did we really do school? No.
Yeah.
Did we really do school?
Well, you'd go char. We'll go chip shop. And I'm like, yeah, all right, mate. And then we get some chips.
I was was even generous back then. I'd be like, Charmish, I'll get you a drink, or I'll get you a portion of chips, or what do you want?
That's
Well,
nice.
let's get some stuff, or we'll go back loads of junk food and play PlayStation or Modern Warfare 2. Like he'll go online, I'll go online. We'll just sit there.
Are we going back? Nah.
My mum would go, well, you're going back to school, so I can't be asked. All right.
But that's like, if my son said that to me, excuse me, mate.
Who do you think you are?
I like, yeah.
Yeah.
But our parents were just, it's like, all right.
Yeah, my mum
Don't worry about going to school.
my mum had no real like discipline on me, or like we were just buying and doing what we want all the time. Like even like with motorbikes or whatever, push bikes or whatever, we were just doing what we want.
Thing is, if your mum or my dad said to me, go to school, we would have gone to school. We weren't those kids that would have argued about that. It's just they just were so blasé about what we were doing.
I was late every day. Sometimes you tap my door and say, right, you going? Oh mate, I'm not even ready. I'm not even ready. I'd go in, miss the registration, miss that, go to whatever lesson, get kicked out of that because they want me in there. Then I'll be maybe in like what was it called where you got detention type thing, but all day. What was that called? Exclusion or whatever.
Yeah.
I was in there all day. Then I get kicked out of that by one of the teachers because she didn't want me in there. Then I get excluded or something.
I mean, fair.
School. Do you know what? Yeah, all I would ever do is probably turn up for PE to play football.
Fair.
And then when a school team played after school, I played for the football team. They tried to stop me doing that, but they never did.
They thought that would motivate.
It would not motivate me. It made me worse.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like we were gifted, every parent was seeing this differently. We were in a position where perhaps our parents weren't there when they should have been. Perhaps my mum probably should have.
There was no discipline. There was no guidance. Nobody, like my dad left when I was like 2 years old. And then my mum spent 2 or 3 years on her own and then got my stepdad. Like, don't get me wrong, he changed our life in many different ways and got us, he got me multiple things, Chad. And he sport me rotten. He paid for every Bournemouth game to go to, got me every football shirt under the sun. Holidays. Like, he never paid any bills.
What was it? Sabre mountain?
Huh?
What was the mountain bike? Sabre?
Yeah, Sabre. Got me the mini motos.
Nike shop.
No, mate, he got me everything.
Fair.
And he changed our complete childhood. And if it wasn't for him, then, we would have still had nothing. But, I thank him for that. He's not here with us anymore, but I'd thank him. I would thank him today for what he did for us as children. Because without him, we would never have had anything.
This is the argument I'm making. Like,
and he didn't have very good morals, mate. He wasn't actually a very nice guy.
You're saying,
but he still did those things.
He cared about you.
I was obviously the favourite, and he gave me money left, right, and centre. He always looked after me and made sure I had what I needed.
And I know what happened to him or what he was doing. But what was he doing?
Well, he was gambling a lot, like a hell of a lot, stealing money.
Fraud?
Oh yeah, all that sort of stuff. He stole his brother's inheritance and he spent that. Did you know about that? He stole his brother's inheritance and was spending that on us.
Did that influence you at all when you were?
Influence me?
Mm-hmm.
To what?
To maybe there's other ways you could be doing things. There's
opens your eyes, doesn't it?
I don't think about stealing people's money. That's
obviously not, but I'm not stealing people's money or doing fraud. But did it make
other avenues?
Yeah, there's other ways.
He was always gambling around me, so probably the reason why I like to gamble.
I'm just saying, Ryan loves gambling. That's basically what I'm trying to get at.
It's a fact.
I'm trying to be like he loves to gamble.
Gambling disclaimer: if you can't afford to gamble, don't do it.
Yeah, no, good. To get back to your point, yeah, the argument is at the moment the VAT's going to drop down, but that's the autumn budget. So we're going to find out, I think this month, November, we're going to find out what the autumn budget is and how much of an impact, because last year's autumn budget was not good. And, it's massively affected business, massively affected people. It's affected us, aggressively.
What is the agenda?
Depends on. That's another pod, bro. That's another pod.
Save
it. It's a different, that's the whole, we'll be here for 3 hours. Yeah, we're gonna see with that one. Brian, you gonna say something?
Looking forward to working with you, mate.
Yeah, you too, mate.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I want to see what the autumn budget has to hold.
We've got a lot of deals to make.
Mm-hmm.
Start with today.
Yeah, that's right. You're going straight from here straight to Clyde?
No.
Why not? 2 p.m.
An hour and a half.
In an hour and a half. No, that's fair. All right, we should wrap up, boys. Appreciate Charlie. Thank you for coming on board. And I appreciate it. Thank you for trusting me.
Yeah.
And I hope I do you proud, bro. Yeah, it's going to be good fun. And hopefully more projects to come. If we can get you involved in Castle Tree and a few other projects as well. Let's see how we go.
It's wrong.
Nice.
All right, bro. Cool.